See Joe Bernal. Oh, Joe Bernal does have the stash. You see that behind?
Oh,
behind
my God.
Detective Bernal. Can we get Detective Bernal on camera next round?
Yeah.
He is definitely solving a case. I hope he's got Thraben Inspector in his deck. Whew. That is a mean stash by Joe.
That's a button-down shirt, tie, short-sleeve shirt.
Love that look.
Throwing a coffee mug across the room. Frustrated with the investigation. There might be a leak.
Yeah, there's definitely a leak. We're not where we should be. We should have more information by now.
Yeah.
What's a general cop name that Bernal would yell at? Like Sipowicz.
Oh.
Like that's a name, or it could be a first name too. You know. Come on, Andy. Find the clues.
Good cop last name.
Riggs is nice.
Yeah, Riggs is good.
Riggs is good. That's really good. Soulscar Mage into Hello Rift Bolts. Going on suspend. McHale's not bad.
That's more Boston cop than Chicago cop.
Well, that's true. That's definitely true. And who likes Boston for anything? Am I right?
Am I right?
Who's with me? Who's with me? We all hate Boston? Okay. Couple of Rift Bolts. Couple of Rift Bolts. Couple of Prowess triggers, too. Well, Path to Exile's going to take care of that. Elkins, no response. That'll go. Yep, not to the hand. There we go. Dig a mountain out of the deck. Now, Elkins' mana base, not a ton going on here. You got 10 mountains, 4 copies of Rain Ep Ruins, 4 Foothills, and 4 Bloodstained Mire. So, you know, it's kind of interesting about those ruins, though he doesn't have any other deserts. Little bit of reach that's not a spell.
And a little way to convert his extra lands later on in the game. Now, no other deserts, as you mentioned, but
How do we feel about a Molten Rain?
I think it's about to get a logic knot.
I have a feeling you're correct. Basic Island. One thing Rosum isn't able to search up yet is red mana just yet.
Yeah, wants to save the points there. Could have gotten to Steam Vents if he really wanted to.
All right, we'll go back over to John. John will draw. John will play a Steam Vents tap. Pass the turn back over to Elkins. Elkins will draw. Has Rain Ep Ruins in hand. There's that little extra bit of reach. Going to try to resolve Chain Whirler. That'll resolve. 1 damage over to Rosum. Your follow-up will be Rain Ep Ruins. And this will be a Harsh Mentor. Rosum wants to take a look. We'll take a look, too, at the old Harsh Mentor.
Not quite Eidolon, but only a matter of time before this one shows up. Whether it's Burn, whether it's a red aggressive strategy in general, this card has a home in Modern.
I think you're right about that. It's got to have a home somewhere. The text on that card is definitely relevant. 2 mana, 2/2. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land on the battlefield, if it isn't a mana ability, Harsh Mentor deals 2 damage to that player. Great flavor text to fight through it. And here comes Snapcaster Mage into the red zone. Rosum not messing around here, trying to turn the corner now. Let's go back over to Elkins, I believe. Rosum has another copy of Path to Exile. Of course, he's well situated against control strategies. You see the life totals here. 18 to 11, another Path. Going to take care of that. Elkins should have a mountain to search for. He's got so many in his deck, of course.
This may not be bad news here for Elkins because I think he may have Searing Blaze in his hand and no land to trigger landfall, but the Path provides that.
2 mana. Well, there is Searing Blaze. You called it, partner. Rosum will fall down to 8. Does he have a follow-up play? He's got a Lightning Bolt in hand. All right, this is doable.
I think I would just cast that bolt straight away.
Fate Cryptic Command mana?
Yeah.
2 bolts, I think.
If I'm Elkins here, I just pass the turn. I'll activate Red Runes at the end of the turn.
Want to take it back? It was actually a copy of Grim Lavamancer. Okay. Cryptic, Snapcaster. Here, a Snapcaster Mage. Going to target Path. Path there. You want to fire off the bolt now?
I do.
Looks like Elkins does not. So you head back over to Rosum. In for 2.
Might as well cash in the Ruins here.
think he has the ability to do something. I'm a little surprised that Elkins is doing nothing right now as he'll pass the turn back, it looks like. There's a bolt. Rosum is going to try to start to close things out here, folks. There's an attack for 2 more. Elkins down to 11. He's going to try to fire off the bolt now, and this gives Rosum the opportunity to fire off Cryptic Command.
Yeah. That was the concern I had. I think Elkin needed to just have the, when there was a window last turn, maybe somewhere else to resolve it. He's flooding out pretty bad, but and it's not clear that even resolving the bolt would have made a difference, but I would have preferred for him to wait until Rosum had the shields down.
Serum Visions here from Rosum after the attack for 2. Elkins down to 9. We'll go back over to Justin now. Justin will just draw and pass the turn. Snapcaster Mage here from John. He wants to snap plus bolt maybe. He will bolt. Elkins down to 6. Rosum very quickly untapping. You can see he's in his comfort zone when he's playing this deck here, folks. Not 6-0 on accident. The youngster from Spencer, Mass. is very adept with a Jeskai strategy. As here's another lightning bolt. Jonathan Rosum going to win game number 1 here over Justin Elkins. Jeskai control very quickly up a game here over mono red aggro. We will get our eyes on Elkins' sideboard as we'll be playing game number 2 here in just a moment. But first, a few messages from our sponsors. We are back, getting ready to watch more of Jonathan Rosum against Justin Elkins. Jeskai control against mono red aggro. We will start with Elkins, who's got some burn spells in his sideboard that could be useful here. I got 3 Smash the Smithereens, 3 Skullcrack, 3 Exquisite Firecraft, 3 Dragon's Claw, 2 Relic Progenitus, and a Shatterstorm. Patrick?
Well, some nice cards here. I think there's an easy 8 in the 3 Skullcracks, the 3 Exquisite Firecracks, and the 2 Relic of Progenitus. You can easily cut the 4 copies of Searing Blaze and 4, some of the smaller threat cards aren't very good in this matchup. Soul Scarred Mage doesn't do a whole lot of work, so easy to find 8 slots, and I think those are significant upgrades for Elkins.
For Rosum, already up a game, he's got access to 2 Celestial Purge. Those will be nice here, along with 2 Dispel, 2 Ruined Halo, 2 Vendilion Click, a Ceremonious Rejection. Disdainful Stroke, Engineered Explosives, Elspeth Sun's Champion Negate, Timing Reinforcements, and Wear Tear. This is not getting easier.
Yeah, the 2 Celestial Purges are great against a slightly bigger build like Elkins, who is playing with 2 and 3 mana creatures. Dispel, Ruined Halo, that Negate, all easy to bring in, and the Timely Reinforcements. Only have one of, but if it shows up, really bad news for Elkins.
Well, those are the options there for both players. Will be underway here in just a moment in game number 2. This mono red aggro deck, you've talked a little bit about how, some of the weaknesses of Burn is, you can kind of counteract their strategy with a lot of different things, but just being a low to the ground, aggressive red strategy could be pretty good in this format.
I like, there's elements that I like about the deck of being away from the lava spike stuff. The top of the list is you just mulligan a little bit better. Burn decks on 6 cards, if you don't have a creature, it can be really hard, and being a little bit more threat dense is nice. And all of your cards interact. There's no Boros Charm, Lava Spike kind of stuff. All your burn spells, Lightning Bolt, Rift Bolt, Searing Blaze, Molten Rain, they all interact with something on the table. So you won't get these draws of 3 lands and a Boros Charm and a Lava Spike and 2 burn spells and wonder, well, I can't deal 20 and I can't interact with any opposing card and I can't deal 20 damage with this hand and I can't mulligan. So I guess I just lose. You're a little bit lighter on that experience, the way that Elkins has this deck constructed.
Well, we'll see if he can somehow steal game number 2 here. He is on the play, but he is on the mulligan to 6, so that makes things a little bit more difficult. Stranger things have happened, of course, but I do think this will be tough. I think this Jeskai deck is very well positioned here this weekend, I must say.
Yeah, it's been looking very good so far. Results back it up. Rosum and Jim Davis.
They're cleaning up.
Slaying early on.
Yeah, they are cleaning up, man. Rain App Ruins no 1-drop is a tough start there for Justin. That is a Wooded Foothills. This is a Soulscar Mage. You think he just drew it?
Yes. I think he scried it to the top, which is why he played the Ruins instead of the Fetch.
Yes. We're going to head back over to Elkins now. Bloodstained Mire is a land for the turn. This will be a Lightning Bolt. Prowess trigger there on the Soulscar Mage. Trying to get a little something going here as there's an attack for 2. Path to Exile, clean answer for that one.
Part of the problem here for Elkins in the matchup is because these bolts don't have targets, he's forced to play as a Lava Spike deck. There's nothing else to do with it, and his deck just doesn't play all that well as a Lava Spike deck. He's hoping to go creature, and now my burn spells are removal spells clearing the way, and then I can finish out the game that way.
And his deck does a great job of that against other creature decks.
Yeah, but he's basically, he's got Soulscar Mage where Goblin Guide should be, and that makes it much harder to play a Lava Spike game.
Back over to Rosum we go. John will draw a card. Secure the waste of the draw. Mountain, the land for the turn. Let's head back over to Justin Elkins. Eidolon of the Great Revel. Rosum has slid a copy of Celestial Purge forward in his hand.
Celestial Purge plus the option here to snap and path.
Yeah, 2 good places to be. I think we're going to see this in response to the Eidolon so he doesn't take 2 from it for no reason. Target the Path to Exile. Now the Eidolon resolves. Pass that turn back. Now Rosum will play the Path. Rosum will take 2 from casting it, given the Eidolon that's on the battlefield, and just remembering the trigger. And Justin will search with the Bloodstained Mire and search with the Path. Ooh, and he has Searing Blade still in the deck. That's a little surprising.
Well, the ceiling on the card's very high, and it's really nice to have Searing Blaze if your opponent has Vendilion Click. It's probably the card that I would cut unless he really bailed on all of his creatures, anticipating more removal.
We'll head back over to Justin now.
I suppose he has the Chain Whirlers he would like to cut too.
Those are pretty bad here.
Those are not good.
Exquisite Firecraft with Spell Mastery?
That's 2.
All right. Down to 7 is Rosum. Rosum will play Secure the Waste for 3.
And
get a little clock going.
And if Elkins can fire off an instant here, I take that. I take that opportunity.
Especially when you have Ruins on the battlefield.
Yeah, you don't want to play into the counter spells.
Steam Vent's tapped. Elkins will untap, and he'll draw. Picked up a mountain. Playing a mountain. Going to try to throw some Molten at that Hallowed Fountain. Rossum's not having any of it. He'll Cryptic Command that. Elkins will take the opportunity to bolt him, bring him down to 4. I like that play.
And he's got 2 Exquisite Firecrafts left in the deck. And if Rosum can't find a way to gain a little bit of life here, Firecraft off the top could make the rest of this not matter.
Well, let's see what Justin drew. Doesn't look like he drew Exquisite Firecraft. That one's a sorcery. Here is a bolt. That is a snap. We are going to see another bolt, and this deck can close really fast, folks. Jonathan Rosum going to win this game and match here over Justin Elkins, 2-0. Jeskai control, sometimes it's not that controlling. It can be pretty aggressive. Takes down Mono Red Aggro, 2-0.
It's a hard way to do it for red decks.
Yeah.
I mean, this matchup, the chip removal, the life gain, the fact that they can pivot and kill you really quickly to cut out draw steps, it all adds up here, and Rosum was firmly in the driver's seat both games.